I can't be me, then I don't want anything.
Hey team, I'm Crystal and this is Yoga for Athletes 45-minute edition. If you're new to class, welcome. Today's class, we are going to find a sanctuary of restoration and renewal amongst the fast-paced world of sports and physical activity. As we embark on this journey together, allowing ourselves the permission to completely let go, being present in this moment, reconnecting our breath with our bodies, and giving ourselves space so that we can really open through our joints as well as those target muscle groups that allow us to show up and perform at optimal levels in our chosen sports. So grab something comfortable to wear, put on your favorite playlist, and let's go ahead and get started. So today, team, we are going to start in child's pose. So just coming to the back of our mat, bringing our toes together and our knees wide, walking our hands out, and just softening down through every ounce of our body. Allowing each in-breath to gently enter through our nostrils, and using each out-breath to just completely release through our chest, our shoulders, and our arms. Athletes are often familiar with the exhilaration of chasing speed and competition. However, in this pursuit of physical excellence, we often forget to set time aside for restoration and renewal. And it is through this restoration that we find balance and are able to show up and perform at optimal levels. So as we move into our class today, letting go of the need to perform at peak levels, allowing ourselves to really tune in to what it is our body needs, what it is our body wants in this moment. Breathing in through our nose and just completely letting go through our mouth. Understanding that it's not about pushing ourselves to our physical limit, but about exploring what feels right for our body today. Because today is going to feel different than yesterday, and tomorrow will also be different. So just allowing ourselves to be here, giving our bodies the love and healing it deserves. And let's just take a couple of more big breaths here. Breathing in prana or energy, and breathing out stress. One more big in-breath, and one more big out-breath. And when you're ready, we're just going to find our way to our tabletop position and start to move into our physical asanas. So just stacking our knees under our hips and our wrists under our shoulders, allowing our in-breath to fill and expand our ribs. And then as we breathe out, just pushing our tailbone back and pulling our belly towards our spine. And today we're going to find a beautiful tiger flow to get us nice and warm. So our next in-breath is going to lift our right foot to the ceiling. And then as we breathe out, we're just going to bring our right knee towards our nose. Breathing in to lift and extend through our spine. And breathing out to feel that beautiful flexion through our back. And let's take a couple more breaths, exactly like this. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then when it feels good, meeting back in our tabletop position, just feeling the earth under our palms, letting go through our shoulders. And we're going to breathe some beautiful energy and warmth into our hips by finding our dancing lion. So just bringing our hips to the right, making a nice big circle, and just moving at whatever speed feels really nice for you. So you might be a little faster or slower, and that's okay. But just exploring how much space we can create here. One more breath. And we're going to meet back in our tabletop, and we're going to find our tiger flow on our left. So breathing that left foot up to the sky, and then breathing the left knee to our nose on the exhale. And we take a big breath in and a full release out. And just moving through at whatever speed feels right for you. And then when it feels good, once again, just touching back to the earth, finding our tabletop, and let's find our dancing lion, this time to the left. So taking our hips just a little wider, allowing our forearms to completely collapse towards the ground, letting go of any stress, any tension we're holding in our shoulders, in our hips. And let's take one more big breath here. And then coming back to our tabletop, tucking our toes, we're going to lift our sit bones up and back, bringing our heels to the earth and just finding our down dog. And from here, team, we can stay completely still in our dog, just feeling this beautiful stretch as we pull our armpits down towards the earth. Or we can walk our dog out, just pedaling our feet, bending one leg, and then the other. So as we move through class today, if at any time when we're in down dog, you feel like your shoulders need a break, absolutely take child's pose, stretch it out, and then just rejoin us when it feels right for your body and your practice. But let's take a couple of more breaths here. Breathing in lots of love. Breathing out any self-doubt, any criticism. And then finding our way back to down dog, just bringing our heels a little closer to the earth. And together, team, we're going to bend our knees. And our next breath is going to step our right foot between our hands, softening our left knee to the earth, and then opening to our low lunge. Breathing in to fill, and just breathing out to sink deeper into our back hip. So just finding this beautiful ankle-knee alignment and just allowing each out-breath to bring more energy and warmth into our hip joint. And it feels really good. Beautiful. And our next in-breath is going to lift our arms, but keeping this knee pushed forward. And our out-breath is going to add a beautiful twist, breathing the back of the left hand to the outside of our right knee, and then opening and revolving through our right shoulder. And we're just going to continue to breathe and to rotate further, and using that out breath to continue to sink deeper. And yours might not look anything like mine, and that's okay. Our next in-breath, we're going to lift the arms and we're going to square our chest back to the front so that we're in line with this front knee. And then we're going to breathe out and just bring our palms to the earth under the shoulders, tucking our back toes, lifting up, and we're going to find our way back to down dog. Beautiful. And if you need a break, absolutely take it. If you need a little stretch in a child's pose, whatever you need, whatever your body wants, just completely surrender to it. So often athletes are all about pushing themselves to that next level. How far can you take it? How fast can we move? In today's class, it is all about slowing down, giving our bodies the love, the restoration it deserves. As you take your next breath, find your way back to down dog, pushing your heels just a little closer to the earth. And then we're going to bend our knees and step our left leg forward, softening our right knee to the earth. And we're just going to do everything on our other side. Breathing in to fill, breathing out to let go. Feeling that beautiful in-breath, releasing on each out-breath. And let's take another big breath in and another big breath out. And our next in-breath is going to lift our arms, maintaining that nice depth through our hip. And then the out-breath is going to add that beautiful twist. Once again, continuing to breathe in to open and breathe out to sink. And let's just stay here for a couple of more breaths, just exploring how far we can take our twist, how much energy and love we can bring into our thoracic spine. One more breath. And our next in-breath is going to lift the arms back towards the front. Feel that beautiful stretch, driving our hips forward. And the out-breath is going to plant the hands. But this time, guys, we're just simply going to tuck the toes, lifting the back knee up. And we're actually going to step forward, finding our way into our forward fold. Allowing our chest to hang, softening down through every ounce of our upper body. Letting go through our neck, through our shoulders, through our head. Just seeing if there's another place, maybe you're holding on to tension, that you can let go in this moment. One more breath here. And then when it feels good, we're just going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, finding our way to mountain. Stacking our hips under our ribs. Letting go through our shoulders and just feeling this beautiful connection of our feet to the earth. Taking a big breath in. And as we breathe out, just grounding down a little deeper, feeling that energy soar from the ground up. And we're going to start to get a little bit warmer. So as we take our next in-breath, we're going to lift the arms for extended mountain, pushing our hips forward. And then as we breathe out, we're going to float our hands behind our back, clasping our hands together and just pulling the knuckles towards our heels. Breathing in to fill. And we're going to breathe out to bring those knuckles closer to the floor. And let's take one more big breath here. And then our next in-breath lifts us back to the top for extended mountain, feeling that beautiful extension through our spine. Out-breath, swan dives us forward into our fold. Breathe in, and we're going to find halfway lift. Sit bones up, crown of the head pulls forward. Out breath collapses us back to our fold. In breath, we're just going to step our right leg back, finding our lunge. And our out breath is going to step our left leg back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, roll forward, pushing out of all 10 toes. Finding our plank, knees or toes, we're going to lower to chaturanga. Elbows hug our body, and our in-breath pushes and lifts us to cobra, or all the way to up dog. Out-breath, meet me, downward facing dog. Breathe in, and our right leg floats up for three-legged dog. Out-breath pushes the bottom heel closer to the earth. One more big in-breath to lift through our toes. Out-breath to ground. And our next in-breath is going to bring our right heel towards our left shoulder, creating some nice opening through our hip joint. One more breath here. Beautiful, guys. And we're going to take our next inhale, floating forward, allowing our right leg to fold underneath us and finding our way to pigeon. So just allowing the right shin to come parallel to the front of our mat or whatever feels good. We can hang out up here, or we can definitely find support in our forearms. But no matter where we are, guys, just opening through this back hip by allowing it to roll down towards the earth with each out breath. And you can stay exactly as you are, or we can add a quad stretch by coming up and then breathing the left hand inside our left foot and bringing our heel towards our glute as we continue to ground down through our back hip. And this is going to look different for everybody. And we're going to take one more beautiful breath here. And it feels so yummy and delicious. And then when it feels right, we're just gonna let the foot float back to the earth. We're gonna bring our wrists under our shoulders and we're gonna push up and back, finding three-legged dog again on our same side. So our right leg is up, left heel down, and if it feels good, add your rotation. Allowing the in-breath to lift your knee higher and wider. Beautiful, guys. Our next in-breath, we're just gonna float our right foot forward, but this time we're gonna step it outside of our right hand towards the outside edge of our mat, and the back leg can stay up or come down, finding our way into lizard. So absolutely, you can stay up here, or let's come all the way to the forearms. Continuing to feel this back hip, push down towards the earth, and feeling this beautiful energy through both hip joints here. One more breath. And we're gonna add a little roll. So the right hand is gonna come inside of our right knee, and we're gonna breathe into roll towards the outside edge of our foot, just gently pushing away. And we're gonna breathe out to let go and reset our stretch. And we're gonna take a couple more breaths, just like this. It's never about perfection. It's always about progression and just doing right what feels right for you. Last breath. And we're gonna come back up and we're gonna heel to toe this right foot back to the center, finding the ankle knee alignment for our low lunge, and then breathing in and lifting our arms high. Beautiful. And that out breath is gonna add that twist we saw in the warm-up. And if you wanna add some power through our legs, we can tuck our toes and squeeze through our thighs as we lift off. Or not. One breath here. And then we're gonna lift the arms back to the front, team. Feel that beautiful extension. And then we're gonna breathe out and bring our palms together, slowly lowering to the center of the heart. And no matter if you're up or down, we're gonna step in and we're gonna start to hinge from our hip, setting ourselves up for warrior 3. You can absolutely stay on the ground, just focusing on the length through our spine here, or we can start to take flight by lifting off together, squeezing our belly tight, squaring our body to the earth. And if we want to take it one step further, our hands float behind our back, clasping our hands together, and then breathing in to fill our chest, breathing out to dive forward and pull our hands towards the ceiling. One more breath. And then we're gently gonna bring our hands back to the ground, allowing that back leg to find its way to the earth. Breathe in, push out of the back toes as you lean forward. Lengthen our spine, and our out breath is gonna step the back leg in, finding our forward fold, and just hang in here for a couple of breaths. Resetting our breath, resetting our body. And if you can get your chest to melt to your thighs, beautiful. And if not, whatever feels right. But when you're ready, rolling up our spine and finding our way back to mountain. And we're just gonna come back, reconnecting to the earth. And we're gonna do everything on our other side. So big breath in and we lift to the sky, reaching through our fingertips. Keep the accentuation of your spine, and out breath floats the hands behind the back. And we're just going to lean back as we pull the hands down. Can you go just a little further? This feels so good. Take a deep breath in, and we're gonna push the ground away, reaching back to the top for extended mountain, and our out breath dives us forward into our fold. In breath, flat back, lift, feel the belly button pull to your spine. Out breath, release back into your fold. In breath, our left leg steps us back to lunge. Out breath, flatten the palms, and step that front leg back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in, we're gonna roll forward like a river through our spine. And that out breath is going to lower us. Slow and controlled chaturanga. In breath, push and lift. Where can you take this? Out breath, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, and when you're ready, our left leg now. lifts for three-legged dog. Out breath, right heel to the earth. One more breath here. And it feels so delicious. And your next breath brings your left heel towards your right shoulder or not. And one more breath. And our next inhale is going to float our left leg forward, collapsing under the body, grounding our right hip towards the earth, and finding the option that feels right for us for a pigeon. And we're now on our other side. And what's right on one side, guys, might be totally different on the other. And that is perfectly fine. Because normally our hips, they have different traumas. They have different experiences. So they also have different levels of mobility. If it feels right, we're going to add on the quad stretch by coming up, right hand inside of our right foot, and we can hang out up here or come on back down to the forearm. But just allowing each breath to bring our heel a little closer to our glute so we can deepen our stretch. Feel that release. Breathe that energy in. One more breath. And we're slowly going to release, and we're going to plant our hands, and we're going to push up and back and re-find our three-legged dog, left leg up. Continuing to pull our armpits towards the earth here. And on your next breath, if it feels good, add that beautiful hip opener. One more beautiful breath. Beautiful, guys. And together, we're going to float forward. And we're going to step our left leg now outside of the left hand, bring it to the outside edge of the mat, back leg up or down, and we commit to our lizard. And just allowing each out breath to drop our back hip a little lower. And it might be like a millimeter, but that small change leads to huge differences in our mobility and flexibility. If it feels right, left hand inside of your left knee, in breath rolls us to the outside edge of our foot. Out breath completely releases. And let's take a couple of more breaths. Exactly like this. And this is about you. Tuning in. What does your body need in this moment? What does your body want? And it might be less, and it might be more. One more breath. And then we're gently, guys, going to heel to toe, coming up and finding our ankle-knee alignment for our low lunge again. Breathing in, hands come up. Yes, feel that energy, reach for the sky. Out breath, add the rotation. And we've been here before. Maybe you stay on the ground. Maybe we lift up for more, but can you rotate a little further through your shoulder, reaching through these back fingertips? Next in-breath lifts us back to the front. Out breath, palms together, lower to the center of the heart, and we're going to step the back leg in. So once again, squaring ourselves up, push the hips back, pull the crown of the head forward, and if it's right, let's take flight, finding our warrior three, or not. Steady the eyes, steady the breath, and if you want a little more, we can deepen the challenge by bringing the hands behind our back, pulling towards the sky as we continue to breathe and dive forward. One more breath here. And our hands float back to the earth, and our back foot gently touches down. In breath, lean in. Feel that length. Out breath, step the back leg in, let it go, and surrender to your forward fold. So absolutely, guys, we can just hang in our forward fold, very passive stretch, or we can move into our hangout or our ragdoll pose by bringing our palms to our elbows and then gently swinging from one side to the next. Just a different release for our back. One more breath here. Just allowing the heart rate to settle, allowing our bodies to recover, hugging and loving ourselves, and then letting go back into our forward fold. And we're gently going to step one leg back, softening the knee to the earth, flatten our palms, and then our other leg steps back, finding our way back into our tabletop. Beautiful. So from here, spreading our fingers wide, feeling that connection of the palms to the earth. And we're going to lift our eyes on our next breath, pushing our tailbone behind, finding our cow. So just opening our heart, lifting our eyes, feeling some warmth and energy through our spine. And then we're going to bring our forearms to the earth. And we're going to set ourselves up for melting heart or puppy pose. Bringing the knees wide. And now pulling our armpits towards the ground as we push our hips back here. Feeling the in-breath fill through the lungs. Feeling the out-breath push our hips further back as we also push into our toes. And it just feels so good because we're stretching so many different areas here. And you can stay exactly as you are. Or we can deepen this challenge by pushing into our toes, lifting our sit bones up and back, and finding our way into dolphin. Continuing to pull our armpits to the earth. Continuing to breathe our heels closer to our mat. And it's not about pushing to our physical limit. It's about committing to our bodies and just honoring our practice. So if it becomes too much, drop back. One more breath. And we're gently going to roll forward through the spine. And if you need to adjust the arms, absolutely. But we're going to find our hover, elbow under the shoulder, just squeezing our belly tight for one breath here. And then we're going to come up onto our plank, wrists under the shoulders. And then our left leg is going to collapse under our body. Our right leg is going to come on top. And we're going to find our way to what we call fire log or modified half lotus, guys. So we're just going to ground both hips into the earth. The right foot is on top. If this is too much, leave it on the ground for easy seated position. Otherwise, you can bring it to your shin or your knee or all the way into the hip for full lotus. But we're going to breathe in, bringing our fingertips to the earth and opening through our heart and lungs as our eyes lift. The out-breath anchors our hips deeper into the earth. Breathing in to fill. Breathing out to let go. And we're going to take 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. Our next breath, we're going to allow the right hand to extend across our body, and we're going to plant the left palm to the earth. In breath to lift through the crown of our head, out breath to turn. So allowing that out breath to start to rotate through our lower back, traveling up into the middle of our back, and then feeling that twist all the way between our shoulders, all the way between our ears. One more breath here. Our next in-breath is going to lift our arms. Our eyes come back to the front, pushing the hips down, and now painting the palms forward on our out-breath, feeling this beautiful connection to the earth as we surrender down through our chest, through our shoulders and our arms. So just check in here. Are your hips lifting as you surrender down? Can you push both hip bones deeper into the ground as you let go through your upper body? One more breath. And we're slowly going to roll up and we're going to let go. And we're just going to do it all on our other side. So in your own time, right leg underneath, left leg on top, setting our fire log up on our other side and feeling this nice connection, sit bones to the ground. Breathing in for length, breathing out for a deeper connection. Allowing our in-breath to enter through our nostrils, feeling each out-breath leave through our mouth. And our next breath is going to extend our left arm across this time And we're going to continue to lift on our inhale and twist on our out breath. Grounding down through both hips and just exploring how far we can take our eyes. And if it ever starts to become painful, absolutely drop back. Yoga should not be painful. It should be an exploration of what your body needs and a celebration of what your body can do. One more breath. And our next breath, guys, is going to lift our arms back to the front, pushing those sit bones deep into the ground. And that out breath is going to let everything dive forward, spreading our fingertips wide, softening down through our shoulders, letting go of any need to perform at a certain level, any expectations, any tension your body might still be holding on to. In this moment, we release it through the power of our breath. One more breath here. And when it feels right, gently releasing, rolling up through our spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And we're going to turn to the side, releasing our legs. And we're just going to bring our palms under our shoulders and then allowing our legs to just freely move side to side. Windshield wipering our legs. Our hips can come with us or not. This is just very free, very open. A little bit of restoration. And then we're going to come onto our forearms. And we can have our palms up or down, but still just letting the legs move very fluidly at whatever pace feels organic and natural. Beautiful, guys. And then we're going to allow the legs to extend out. We're going to actively push the back of our legs into the earth, and we're going to lift our chest for fish pose, allowing our head to hang free, opening through our heart, filling through our ribs, feeling our diaphragm as it expands and as it deflates. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then we're gently going to come all the way to the earth, allowing our back to melt into the ground and just hugging our knees into our chest, loving ourselves, hugging ourselves, appreciating everything we've done so far. And when it feels good, we're going to make some small circles, just bringing our knees to the right, giving our spine a beautiful massage, and just seeing how much space we can create, how open we can become. And when it feels right, meeting me back in the center, and we're going to find a beautiful hamstring stretch starting on our right side. So just extend our left leg out and our right leg up, bringing our hands behind our calf or our hamstring, just not our knee, because we never want to pull behind a joint. And then gently pulling our knee towards our chest as our tailbone pushes to the earth and letting go. Each in-breath brings our knee a little closer, and each out-breath gives us space to reset, to try again, to go further. Beautiful, guys. Our next in-breath, we're just going to fold our leg to 90 degrees, and then our left hand is going to guide our right knee across our body, stacking our hips, anchoring both shoulders to the earth, and surrendering into our supine twist. Continuing to breathe in through our nose and letting go through both lips. This shouldn't feel forced. This should just feel really warm and comforting. Beautiful full release. Last breath. And we're just going to breathe our knees back into the center, hugging ourselves, loving ourselves. And then we're going to find some circles, but this time, guys, we're going to move to our left. Bringing that beautiful energy back into our spine. Feeling that beautiful circle. That beautiful warmth and restoration. And then meeting me back in the center. And we're going to find our hamstring stretch on our other leg. So extending our right leg to the earth and our left leg to the sky. Finding what feels good. And then breathing in to bring our knee towards our head. And breathing out to let go. So a lot of times we hold a lot of tension through our upper body. And it becomes very tense. We want to think about softening through our shoulders, softening through our elbows here. And just being present. And our next breath is going to fold our leg. And now our right hand outside of our left thigh. And we just come across. And if you need to reset the body, absolutely do so. And then just reconnect to your breath when it feels good. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Enjoying this moment of stillness in a fast-paced world. One more big in-breath. One more full out-breath. And we're going to come back to the center. And we're going to bring our knees in tight and our back flat. And then we're going to find our way to happy baby team. So we're just going to bring our hands either inside or outside of the edge of our feet, but the elbows come inside of our knees here. We can stay still in our baby or gently rock from one side to the next. Allowing our minds to open, to clear. Letting go of any remnants of haste, of busyness. And if you would like to play with your baby, you can kick one leg out and then pull it back in. And then kick the other leg out, just pushing out of our heel. And just feeling that beautiful stretch run down our entire leg. And we're just going to meet on our next breath back in the center, releasing our feet, allowing our heels to come together, allowing our knees to fall open like pages of a book. Finding our way to our cobblers or our butterfly pose. And we can keep our arms super chill, hanging out by our side. Or we can breathe our palms to our opposite elbows and then just allow our arms to float over our head and melt down towards your mat. Softening our eyelids. Closing our eyes and just feeling each breath continue to open a little deeper through both hip joints. Breathing in to squeeze through our hips. And just as we breathe out, allowing our knees to open a little wider. One more breath. And then when it feels good, letting your legs extend out. Letting go of your arms, of any control you have over your hands or your feet. And just completely surrendering into our Shavasana or our corpse pose. to gently enter through our nostrils, feeling each out-breath as it leaves peacefully through our lips. Allowing ourselves to be completely present in this moment and just completely disconnecting from anything going on outside of our practice. Breathing in lots of love. Breathing out lots of love. In this moment, we truly appreciate the art of slowing down in a world that's always moving at hyper speeds. Giving ourselves the space to completely reset, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. Feeling that beautiful warming energy on each in-breath. Letting go of any lingering stress on each exhale. And now as you lie here, visualizing a warm, comforting energy and light just starting to wash over your entire body. Starting at your toes, traveling up into your knees, into your hips, finding its way into your shoulders, into your elbows, and then completely letting go through all 10 fingers. This light continues to penetrate deeper into every muscle, every joint, with each and every breath you take. Breathing in lots of love. Breathing out turbulence, stress, any self-doubt. Athletes being driven by speed often put so much pressure on themselves to perform at a certain level or to accomplish a certain outcome or achieve a certain level of success. It is in this moment we let go of any criticism, any expectations, and fully embrace the mantra that not only are you enough, but you are actually overqualified. Breathing in that comforting energy. Breathing out anything that doesn't serve you. And just taking a couple of more breaths here. And then finally, we are going to start to bring some slow movement back into our bodies. So wiggling our fingers and our toes. Very soft, very kind. then making small circles with our ankles and our wrists. And gently repeating in the opposite direction. And then when it feels right, pulling our knees into our chest, hugging our legs, and then gently pulling ourselves up, making our way back to our seated position, keeping our eyes closed and our minds open, taking our time. And together, team, we are going to take one final breath. So taking a deep breath in, lifting our arms, bringing our palms together at the top. And as we breathe out, gently lowering our hands to the center of our heart, opening our eyes and coming back into our day. The light in me recognizes and honors the light and the energy in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your energy, and your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming to class today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you continue on with your practice, and I see you at our next yoga session. And I definitely want you to go into the week knowing that slowing down is sometimes necessary in order to move forward. So thank you so much once again for showing up to class, and I hope you have a healthy, an active, fantastic day.
I'm a wandering soul.